The votes are coming in.
And across America, voters are having their say.
Here in the heartland of America,
to our global headquarters here in New York.
We'll watch the returns come in together.
And we'll analyze the results together.
And together, we will find out who the next president of the United States will be. Since our country's founding, its citizens have strived for one singular goal.
That we, the people, would elect America's leaders and determine the course of our nation.
It's never been perfect, with many having to fight for the chance to make their voices heard.
But through civil war, global conflict, and countless other extraordinary events, we have kept the tradition of democracy alive.
In 2016, a political outsider upended the Republican Party, shocking experts and the country.
Taking an unconventional approach and a loyal following all the way to the nation's highest office.
Now, 4 years later, a Democratic mainstay looks to take back the White House, where he was once second in command.
We've been through so much as a country in the past year, and what we decide will shape so much of what's to come.
2020 has been anything but ordinary, but our duty as Americans remains the same.
47 years you've done nothing. You're the worst president America has ever had.
And you're going to have the greatest economy in the world.
We're going to choose hope over fear.
This is the most important election in the history of our country.
The end of this chapter of American darkness began here tonight.
Welcome to Fox News World Headquarters in New York. After months of campaigning, virtual conventions, and 2 contentious debates, we are now less than 1 hour away from the first poll closings of 2020. Welcome to our coverage of Democracy 2020, the presidential election. I'm Brett Baer.
And I'm Martha McCallum. It has been a campaign year like no other, as the pandemic leaves its mark on every aspect of life and this election. The virus has hit millions of Americans and taken the lives of more than 200,000. And the shutdown of our economy, the closing of schools, all of it, a heavy burden for families coast to coast.
We have seen changes to the very way we vote, with a dramatic increase in both mail-in ballots and early voting. A record 102 million people voted before this day even dawned.
Against that backdrop, some sense of the scope and scale of what is at stake tonight. And as if this night needed any more drama, there is no telling when we are going to have a winner in this thing. It could be hours, it could be days, it could possibly take even weeks, but we will learn the outcome as we go through state by state together starting tonight.
Let's be optimistic.
We're preparing everybody.
All right, okay. We have Fox team coverage tonight, Democracy 2020, with reporters spread out all across the country, from the candidates' campaign headquarters to the battleground states that could decide this election. We start with John Roberts, who is with the Trump campaign tonight. Good evening, John.
Very good evening to you. 37 days in the year 2000.